Welcome to DrKenNote. The book I'm going to read today is Start With Why by the author, the famous Simon Sinek, and he's also the global bestseller. Okay, before we begin, let's check it out why we should read this book. On the book cover, it said, how great leader inspire everyone to take actions. Okay, inspire and taking actions. Those are the two key words that I take away. Okay, as usual, let's start with my review. Start with Wine is a Sinek mission to help others do work, which inspire them and use real-world example of great leader to show you how they communicate and how you can adapt their mindset to inspire others yourself. The premise of this book is that human behavior and action can either manipulate or inspire. Behavior can be manipulated through incentive or punishment. Manipulated behavior produces short-lived outcome and make relationship transactional. Behavior can also be inspired. When they are inspired, the result are long-lasting and inspire the loyalty of people who will endure inconvenience and suffering or pay premium. The author used the concept of golden cycle and human brain and how human brain work to explain how great leader and organization inspire actions. So key takeaway, as we can see in here, the golden cycle. Okay, it all starts with why. Very few organizations know why they do what they do. Why is not about making money. That's a result. Why is a purpose, cause, or belief? It's the very reason your organization exists. That's the first and foremost. The second one is how. Some organizations know how they do it. These are the things that make them special or set them apart from their competition. And the third thing is what? Every organization on the planet know what they do. These are product they sell or the service. So those are the three steps we call golden cycle. Okay. Let's move on to key insight. Number one, assume yourself. The first chapter of Start With Why explore how assumption affect your action. Simon Sinek gave example of how looking at the big picture can shape the long-term behavior. Consider America versus Japan, Japanese car manufacturers. In American car factory, assembly line worker use a rubber mallet to fix door. But in Japan, the door fit perfectly from the start, from the beginning. This represents leadership. Two types of leader is it? Those who manipulate to achieve their goal and those who start with the end in mind. That's really thoughtful. Number two, carrot and stick. Okay, that's very basic thing to how we manage people. According to Simon Sinek, there are two ways to attract customer, inspiring the carrot or manipulating that stick. That's a good metaphor. Most of the sales tech used the business today involve manipulation. Pricing and promotion are the most commonly identified form of sales manipulation, but fear, aspiration, and peer pressures and novelty tend to be more discreet, more subtle. Okay. Regardless of the type of manipulation, it is important to understand these are short-term solutions, which end up leading to a cycle of repeated manipulation. Continuing too far down this path will impact long-term profitability. But there are another way, which is revealed in chapter 3, which will be revealed in the chapter 3. Number 3, the golden cycle. The core of Simon Sinek's Start With Why is his discovery of this golden cycle. There are three parts of the golden cycle: why, how, and what. Why? Very few people in our company can clearly articulate why they do what they do. This isn't about running a profitable company. That's a result. Why is all about your purpose. Why does your company exist? Why do you get out of bed in the morning, and why should anyone care? Number two is like how. Some people and company know how they do what they do, whether they call them a differentiating value proposition or a USP, unique selling proposition, unique selling point. So that's like a different, you are totally different from your competitor. That is how part. How is often given to explain how something is different or better. Okay, the last part is what. Every single company on the planet know what they do. This is true no matter how big or small company is, or no matter what industry they belong to. Everyone can easily decide the product or service their company sell or job function they have within the company. When they start with why, we go from the inside out of the cycle. Why is the reason to buy, and the what merely represent the tangible product or a proof of that belief. What are the reasons we can point to rationalize why we so much like a company or over a company over another companies? Some cynics cite the example of Apple. In his opinion, Apple is technically no different from its competitor, but Apple communicates from the why. Apple why is to challenge the status quo and empower the individual. And they're challenging the status quo is the pattern repeating in all they say, and they do, which is the reason why people perceive Apple as authentic. Number four, this is not opinion, this is biology. It is scientifically sounding because it is based on data. But according to Simon Sinek, there's a lot of baloney. The part of the brain controlling decision making is different from the part of the brain reporting back why that decision happened. So all those focus group and questionnaires are probably of a little value. Quoting Henry Ford, if I asked people what they wanted, they would have said a faster horse, not a better car. Number five, clarity, discipline, and consistency. When you can only point to the rational measurement, the highest level of the confidence we can give is, I think this is the right decision. When we make that decision, the higher level of confidence we can offer is the decision feel right. That is how we feel to make decisions. I feel confidence to make that decisions. Even if it's fly in the face of all the facts and figures, right? The ability to put a why into what provide the emotional context for decision. When you know your why, the highest level of confidence you can offer is, I know it's right. When you know the decision is right, not only does it feel right, but it's also rational ideas and easily put into what? The goal of business should not be to do business with anyone who simply want what you have. It should be focused on people who believe what you believe. Number six, the emergency of trust. Trust begins to emerge when we see that people and organizations are driven by reasons that go beyond their self-serving, not just individualized. Okay, aligning why, how, and what is a way to build the trust. What's and differentiation? Okay, company that acts like a commodity producer have a constant challenge. If you are doing the commodity business, so you have a challenge for like competitors. You are no different than others. Okay, to differentiate themselves from the competition. Why and flexibility, because consumer inspired by why you do what you do. Company that became communicating with the why have a greater flexibility in the market. Take the example of Apple's and Dell. That's a really good example. I've been always talking about. Apple make computers. Apple also make iPads and iPhone. Dell, on the other hand, is defined by what they do. Dell does computer. So consumer don't feel comfortable by anything else from them. Let's say a tablet or smartphone. They try expanding into different vertical, but quickly retreated as a focus on their core business. Simon Sinek also cited that first mover advantages. Why is the picture? Take the case of the Creative versus Apple. Creative was the very capable of producing an MP3 player, and they were the first. But they marketed their offering as a 5 gigabyte MP3 player, more like a what of the product. Instead, Apple marketed the iPod as a 1,000 song in your pocket. That's totally different, but the same idea. Okay, Creative said, you're gonna have a 5 gigabyte MP3 player. That's it. That's all about what they do. On the other hand, what the Apple said is, you're gonna have a 1,000 song in your pocket. That's definitely benefit that their customer have, and also believe on what they are doing. Okay, so that's the different. Even if the same message, that would be different to your customer. Indeed, giving as the why that they need. That's the point. Okay, vision and mission statement. The difference between whys and how types also introduce the difference between the vision and mission statement of the organization. The vision of the founder intent. Vision of the founder. Okay, that's the point. Why the company was founded. The mission is a description how the company will create that future. Okay, again, why are the vision of the founder? How are the mission of the company? When both are clear, it would help the why and the how type of leader to have clearly defined role in the partnership. Number 7, split happen. An idea that probably where every company starts. At the beginning, ideas are fueled by passion. That very compelling emotion that sometimes causes us to do rational thing. But for passion to thrive and survive, it also needs structure and house. Most companies fail because of both hows and why need each others. Number 8, the origin of why. You probably heard that before you start a business, market research is key. You do your market research, know your customer, and then build your niche. Sinek, however, disagree. According to Sinek, the why does not come from looking ahead at what you want to achieve and then figuring out the appropriate strategy to get there. It is not born out of market research or the matter even extensive interview with a customer or employee. It comes from looking in the completely opposite of the directions from where you are right now. Finding the why is the process of discovery, not invention. The why is within you. And once you find and know your why, the hardest part is remain true to it. Summary, start with why, highlight why certain company can be successful, of which business area they move into. Apple can succeed within almost any industry because they are more than a company. Building the company of why rather than what has allowed Apple to build a culture around them, which means many loyal customers will buy whatever they release. Consumer trust that they will create the product they will enjoy because their why align with their brand. So if you want to have success in your business pursuit, you should start with why. That is the end of the book. As usual, if you have anything to add or any idea to discuss, do not hesitate to comment down here below. Thanks for reading with me and peace.